Hello everyone and welcome to my morning report analysis videos on Friday the 20th of July with me, Richard Permark, analyst at Hantec Markets. We've sort of relatively settled today, nothing too decisive in terms of direction. You can see the market board here where you've gone very slightly against the dollar. Now that move against the dollar sort of originated yesterday. I mean, he's there again, isn't he? Donald Trump. Coming out with comments about the Federal Reserve. And now, US presidents historically don't talk about the Federal Reserve. There's a convention behind it because it's obviously the independence of the central bank. But he's talking about how the speed of the Fed tightening he's not happy with. He's also not happy with the strength of the dollar. So it's sort of put the dollar under a bit of strain yesterday, although there hasn't been an enormous sort of reaction today. But it does sort of raise the question, doesn't it, that he's obviously not interested in following any sort of convention whatsoever. I mean, I probably knew that anyway, but even with regards to monetary policy, he, in his own words, he doesn't care. So the markets have now sort of, I mean, do they have to now factor in sort of Trump leaning on the Fed? I mean, that's the question really. Doesn't really have too much of an impact yet, although you look at the Treasury yields slipping back on the 10-year yield and the 2-year yield yesterday, well, they're slightly sort of stabilising a bit more today. But yeah, this is interesting because it really does play into that whole question mark over the independence of the Federal Reserve. But anyway, today what we've seen is a slight element of dollar correction, nothing too significant, which has also helped the gold price to rebound a touch. It was 12.11 yesterday, rebounded off that into the close and sort of gained a little bit more today. Equity markets were lower into the close yesterday, 0.4% on the S&P 500, ticking mildly lower on the futures. Asian markets mixed, and to be honest, equity markets in the European markets are mixed as well early on today. So nothing too significant in terms of direction going on there. But yeah, interesting moves I think we could see. The economic calendar. Yeah, nothing too significant has come out of that Eurozone current account, just slipping slightly to 27.3. We've literally, just as I'm talking, we've just had out the UK public borrowing numbers, very slightly up to 5.4 billion, up from 400 million more than expected in terms of borrowing. So a very slight slip potentially on sterling on the back of that. But then Canadian data for inflation this afternoon is the only real data to watch out for. 2.4% on inflation expected as it ticks higher. So my chart today is dollar Canadian. As I said, Canadian inflation today, so this could be one worth watching. But technically speaking, certainly what we saw throughout late June was the Canadian dollar recovering, just dragging this market back within this uptrend channel. But then since then, we've seen the dollar strengthening again. We saw that strong move to the upside yesterday, which really confirms the fact that we've sort of put in this higher low. But look at these, the supports of the breakouts between 30.65, 31.25, and that's where we have seen the lows coming in. That's where we've seen the support-based look at the RSI, finding support at 45, pulling higher, MACD lines crossing higher, stochastics accelerating higher. So this is a recovery within this uptrend channel, following the support of the trend channel. Yesterday's strong bull candle really does suggest that higher lows have sort of been formed again, higher highs as well. So you're looking to buy into weakness now. So you've got that breakout at 32.20. Which is now supportive. You can see that sort of on the hourly chart here. That breakout support 32.20 area becomes supportive, and it has to a degree as well. So any sort of unwinding move back towards there, I think, is a chance to buy. You've got a nice little sort of rising element to the moving averages, positive configuration on the momentum indicators on the hourly as well. So it all sort of points into sort of buying into weakness now. So it looks as though this uptrend channel is sort of regaining position, having sort of formed that support above the breakout levels. So it's looking well positioned to retest 33.85 high again. So with that in mind, I wish you good luck in your trading today, and I will speak to you later.